Gonna about those. Thanks again for tuning into yet another video. Infamous coming at you live from the West Coast. Yet again, we are test riding the 2023 Road Glide Limited. And like always, I can never reach the this thing smells like fuel. Looks like this thing is in gear. So let's go ahead and turn this on. They're supposed to put this thing in neutral. Yeah, they're supposed to put this thing in neutral. Looks like somebody left the radio on, so we gotta leave that off. All right, we're clearing the front bike. Let me lower the volume. That's something that I keep on getting teased about. My pronunciation of volume. Can't say it. Anyways, let's go ahead and take the 2023 Limited, Road Glide Limited, for another test ride. Of course, you know, I wasn't too fond of this bike back in 2022 last year, but I've pretty much test ridden every single thing that Harley has to offer at this demo event. I have one more bike to kind of test out, and I'm pretty much done for the whole demo event. I've been here for quite a few hours, and we are just, you know, I'm just sharing my thoughts, sharing my 2 cents as a Harley enthusiast, you know, long member, long hog rider, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, but yeah, I'm a fan of Harley. All right, I like everything they do. I mean, as far as upgrades and you know, what they provide year after year, yes, I have a couple rant videos, but I mean, the color options, I mean, that's it. That's all you have for 2023. They haven't really done anything else other than color options. So as far as, you know, test riding this last year, 2022, what's changed? Nothing has changed. It's the same bike. These bikes are pretty much the same since 2017. So this, of course, I mean, it's a super comfortable bike. The seat's very comfy. There's a lot of cushion. As far as, you know, the passenger, they also have a backrest. You have the tour pack on this. This is the Limited, so you have all the bells and whistles. You have you have everything as far as cargo space. Yikes! Come on, let's get this puppy going. This, you know, like I said, this bike weighs, I think it weighs over 900 pounds. This is by far Harley's heaviest bike. The Limited, the Road Glide Limited, is Harley's heaviest bike. So, and you know, being someone that can't flat foot this bike, you know, it's a little challenging. Being 5'7", not having that confidence of flat footing the bike, and then on top of that, of course, you know, the bike weighs a ton. It weighs a ton. So there's just, yeah, I mean, there's just a few things that we have to worry about as far as you know, being 5'7" and riding around a 900-pound, 1,000-pound bike like this. So I've always mentioned this in a lot of my videos. The power to weight ratio on these Limiteds, it's just a lax power. But I mean, as far as comfort, I think it's okay. If you're buying this, you're buying it for more of a leisure ride. You're buying it to ride two up, and you don't want to, I mean, it'd be nice if you had that option to be able to, you know, just to enjoy the performance, you know, here and there. You know, when you're riding by yourself. This is why I like the FX LRST. You know, it's more of a solo performance touring option, and that's, you know, I like that about the FX LRST. But this one, it's not meant, you know, for the performance. It's not, you know, it's not meant to handle like that. It's, like I said, this is more of a two-up, long-range comfort. We're talking about riding maybe 6 to 8 hours at a time, and not having, you know, not having to take a break. So as far as, you know, what it's meant for, I think the bike is just fine. You might want to upgrade the suspension because the bike does weigh 900 pounds, close to 1,000. But you know, as far as what I would do to it, what I believe it needs a 124. You either do a stage 2 on this, get yourself up to 130 foot-pounds of torque so you could carry this extra weight, or yeah, or move up to a 124 or 131, whatever you want to do. That way you could, you know, enjoy it in both ways. You can enjoy it by yourself, you know, being able to, you know, get it, you know, just being able to get it to respond to the throttle. And of course, you know, you have the performance. You could ride it with, you know, with your loved one, or you could ride two up and still, you know, still enjoy the ride. But at the same time, you have, you know, you just have that little bit more of performance just in case you need it. So this is just, you know, this is just my 2 cents. But the bike is beautiful. You can see already the suspension, it's bottoming out. Well, not necessarily, but man, I can really feel it on the seat, and I can feel it on the handlebars. You can see the vibration. But I mean, the bike weighs, you know, it weighs a ton. And I mean, we already know Harley Davidson, as far as suspension, I mean, they're just not known for that. Yes, they have the ability. Yes, they have the lineup. But I mean, we just go back into, you know, overall profits. We go back into being able for them to be able to sell you, of course, the all-in suspension, and sell you the Screaming Eagle or whatever, stage 2, stage 3, air pressure or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. My foot is hitting the lowers for some reason. So I don't believe I noticed that last year, but maybe it's just my footwear. For some reason, I'm hitting the top of the lower. But let's go ahead and open her up, get her up to speed. Oh, I hit the red line. The computer shut off my throttle once I hit 5,500 RPM. There we go. Ooh, I am cruising. This is comfortable right here. Minimal wind noise, minimal wind buffeting. Man, I could hold this. I could hold this speed all day. Let's go ahead and turn on the heated grips. Let's turn them up to the max 6. Let's see if we can feel the difference. I'm pretty sure we can. All right, I've already tried them out on another bike, and you feel them, you know, within a minute or two. All right. So far handling, we are in the 6th gear, right? Oh no, we're only in the 5th. Let's see how much. Man, the engine is screaming, and it's not, you know, it's not doing much. Getting it up to speed is a completely different story. But once you get it up to speed, you are, you know, you're cruising, you're gliding, very comfortable, upright rider position. The backrest, well, not the backrest. It doesn't have a backrest, but it does have a lot of support on the seat, so it's very comfortable. My knees are, you know, they're aligned with the fuel tank. You know, they're not bent or anything like that. The foot controls, the forward controls, they're not that bad at all. I'm not stretched out or anything like that. I am very comfortable at 5'7". So this is just you know, my own experience based off of, you know, my ride height or my height. But am I able to flat foot the bike? Kinda. I am close. I am very close to flat footing the bike, but I'm not quite there. So, man, another great demo. The Road Glide, it's a fantastic bike. The overall look of it, the shark nose fairing, and I've already mentioned it, of course, with the Challenger, the Pursuit. The Pursuit does have its benefits. It's got its pros, but when it comes to the overall looks, you know, of the bike, the fit and finish, you know, you got to give it to Harley. This is a beautiful looking bike. Ever since they updated the shark nose fairing back in 2014. 2013, it made it, I mean, it made it just that much better. You know, it's a good looking bike. It's just, like I mentioned, you can't really reach the the display at my height, but you also have, of course, you have these other controls on the on your hand controls. I mean, these other buttons, of course, you could, you know, you could do stuff here. You could navigate your touch display here. You could, of course, adjust your radio, stuff like that. I'm not gonna get into that stuff. You could, you know, you could all look up that sort of stuff on your own time. I don't typically talk about the controls or anything, but you have, you know, there's some nice stuff to, you know, to the bike, right? You have the lowers on the bike. You have some wind protection on your lower legs, on your hip area. I just got lowers on my FXLRS, and I noticed it instantly. You get a lot of wind protection. As far as buffeting, there's also some improvements, because that's typically what it is from what I understand. The wind buffeting is the wind that's coming underneath of the fairing and it's coming up towards the rider. So man, that's why at 100 on the limited or on the Road Glide, it's a very comfortable you know, bike as far as wind buffeting and being fatigued, being able to ride 6 hours, 7 hours at a time, and being able to enjoy wherever you go. It's, you know, it's not one of those you know, naked bike feels, kind of like $1 Million Bogan riding to Mexico with Perry. Perry was absolutely, he was miserable at the end of his at the end of his ride. I believe they did over 200 miles, and Perry did it without you know, wind protection at all on his Sportster. He bought a Sportster, I believe, in Texas. And I remember Texas because Danny was saying stuff about how, like, Americans need sidearms, because the dealership, there was a few other fellas that were, you know, open and carrying at the dealership, and he just kind of mentions, like, oh, I don't know why Americans need these things, and yet he's riding into Mexico with his little satellite you know, phone or whatever he had. I guess he felt safe. Hey, whatever, you know, I'm not trying to bash on Danny $1 Million Bogan. He has a huge channel. I love his channel. I'm subscribed to his channel. I enjoy his content. He's a true warrior when it comes to, you know, riding Harleys. But of course, you know, we're not gonna see eye to eye on everything. You know, everybody has their own opinion about something, and I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to get political on the subject. So, all right, so we are finishing this demo ride. You guys stay tuned for more bikes. We are going to see if I can find neutral.
6.5 hours later.
No? Oh, turn it off? Oh yeah, there we go.
So even though you got the clutch in, the clutch pulls the plates apart, but since there's still pressure through it, it's still putting up against the dog and cog on the 5th main.
That's why I've been having trouble with these.
So whenever, like, and then remember, you don't have a parking brake, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's still doing